In the heart of eastern Nigeria, amidst mud houses with thatched roofs, lies a powerful kingdom, Umuaka. Dominated by the mighty Eyamba, a king of unparalleled power and influence, this kingdom is a testament to his numerous conquests. Eyamba, a man of vast desires, was not just a king, but also a husband to 200 wives. Yet the echoes of his longing for a son resonated throughout his vast kingdom. Among his many wives there was Adiaha, a girl who, to the untrained eye, appeared ordinary, even ugly. But Adiaha was anything but ordinary. She was a woman of two skins, a woman who hid her radiant beauty beneath an ugly facade. This was Umuaka, a kingdom of power, a kingdom of secrets. Beneath the facade of this mighty kingdom, a peculiar tale of the woman with two skins is about to unfold. In the midst of grandeur and beauty, Eyamba's eyes fell upon Adiaha, a girl unlike any other. Now, you may wonder, what was so special about this girl, Adiaha? She was not the epitome of beauty as we usually perceive, but there was something incredibly captivating about her. Eyamba, a king known for his conquests and power, found himself drawn to her, a girl cloaked in the guise of an ugly skin. In an attempt to please his people, who yearned for an heir, Eyamba married Adiaha. The kingdom buzzed with the news, curious and bewildered at the king's unusual choice. But little did they know Adiaha was not what she seemed. Beneath the ugly skin, she was a woman of unparalleled beauty. But the tale took a twist. The king's head wife, envious of Adiaha, brewed a potent potion. A potion so powerful it made Eyamba forget his newlywed bride, Adiaha. The palace that once echoed with the laughter of the king and his new queen was now filled with the silence of forgotten love. However, Adiaha was not alone in her fight. Her father, a man of wisdom and courage, sought the help of a Juju man. This wise man concocted a medicine, a potent antidote to the forgetful potion. With hope in her heart and the medicine in her hand, Adiaha approached the king. As Eyamba consumed the medicine, the fog of forgetfulness began to lift. His eyes fell upon Adiaha, his forgotten queen, and he was taken aback. The ugly skin that once cloaked Adiaha had vanished, revealing a woman of such beauty that it could make the stars shy away. Unveiling her true beauty, Adiaha was no longer the ugly duckling, but the mesmerizing swan. As time passed, Adiaha bore Eyamba a son, a cause for celebration and for some jealousy. A son, an heir to the mighty kingdom of Umuaka. The village drums echoed the joyous news across the land. The air was thick with jubilation as the people danced and sang, their hearts ablaze with hope. The birth of the heir was like the first rain after a long, dry season, refreshing and renewing the spirit of the kingdom. But not all hearts were filled with joy. Hiding in the shadows of the celebration, a bitter wind began to blow. The king's other wives, led by the head wife, looked upon the newborn prince with eyes clouded by envy and resentment. They had borne the king daughters, yes, but a son? A son held the promise of the future, the continuation of the Eyamba lineage, and this son was not theirs. The head wife, a woman of cunning and malice, began to weave a web of deceit. Her eyes sparkled not with joy but with a nefarious plot. She whispered in the king's ear, sowing the seeds of doubt. "Can we trust this child?" she would ask, her voice dripping with honeyed venom. "Is he truly our king's blood?" Her words, though poisonous, were wrapped in concern, and slowly they began to take root in the king's mind. In the kingdom of Umuaka, joy and jealousy danced a dangerous tango. The tides of Umuaka were about to turn, as the king's most loved ones were cast away. In the heart of the kingdom, a plot was brewing, a scheme so treacherous it would shake the very foundations of Umuaka. The king's head wife, driven by jealousy and spite, sought to rid the palace of the newly born prince and princess. She whispered poisonous words into the king's ear, painting a picture of doom and gloom should the children remain. The king, under the spell of his head wife's cunning words, made a decision that would forever change the course of their lives. With a heavy heart, he commanded his beloved children, the fruit of his union with Adiaha, to be banished from the kingdom. The children, innocent and oblivious to the treachery that had befallen them, were sent away, their fate seemingly sealed by the harsh decree of their father. Yet, in the vast wilderness beyond Umuaka, a savior was waiting. The Water Juju, an entity of immense power and wisdom, watched over the banished children. Rescuing them from the brink of despair, the Water Juju offered them sanctuary, a safe haven away from the turmoil that had engulfed their former home. The children, though banished, were not forgotten. They thrived under the care of the Water Juju, growing stronger and wiser with each passing day. Their hearts held a burning desire for justice and a longing for their rightful place in the kingdom. In the face of adversity, destiny had other plans for the banished children. Fate, in its mysterious ways, was about to stage a wrestling match like no other. In the heart of the village, under the watchful eyes of the community and the gods, a wrestling match was set. Orchestrated by the Water Juju, the spiritual guardian of the river, the stage was set for an event that would alter the course of Umuaka's history. Amongst the contenders was a young man, strong and valiant, unbeknownst to all, the exiled son of King Eyamba. With the strength of a lion and the agility of a gazelle, he conquered each opponent, leaving the spectators in awe. His prowess unmatched, his spirit unbroken, he emerged victorious, claiming the title of the village champion. Yet behind the cheers and the celebration, a sinister plot was brewing. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the village erupted into a grand feast of victory, King Eyamba invited the champion to his table. Unaware of the bond that linked them, the king and his son broke bread together, their shared lineage hidden beneath the shadows of the flickering firelight. Meanwhile, in the shadows, the head wife was weaving a web of deceit. Her eyes glinted with malice as she watched the king and the champion, her mind filled with treacherous plans. She saw in the young champion a threat to her position, a rival to her power. Little did she know, she was plotting against her own stepson, the rightful heir to the throne. In the grand feast of victory, the king dined with his long-lost son, unbeknownst to him. The story of Umuaka was about to take a dramatic turn, where fate would play its hand, and hidden truths would be unveiled. The saga of the woman with two skins was far from over, and the stage was set for an unexpected reunion. As the moon cast its radiant glow over Umuaka, the truth was poised to reveal itself. In the depths of the night, the veil of deceit began to dissolve. The royal offspring, once presumed gone, were very much present, and the chief queen's nefarious schemes were on the brink of exposure. Under the serene luminescence of the moon, a stage was set for the truth's grand unveiling. The king's son, the gallant warrior victor of the wrestling match, and the king's daughter, the captivating beauty who had charmed many, were indeed his bloodline. This awareness dawned upon the king like the first light of daybreak, illuminating the murky corners of his comprehension. A surge of emotions overwhelmed the king. Shock, disbelief, elation, and a deep sense of relief enveloped him. His heartbeat echoed in his chest like the rhythm of a festive dance. The children he thought he had lost were standing right before him, alive and thriving. The ecstasy of this revelation was akin to a river exceeding its bounds. But alongside joy came the acrid taste of betrayal. The chief queen, who he had confided in, had been spinning a labyrinth of falsehoods, manipulating him to cater to her own self-centered ambitions. Her conspiracies, similar to a serpent lurking in the grass, had been concealed in broad daylight. The king's fury towards her was as intense as a tropical tempest, yet it was overshadowed by the bliss of having his children back. The reunion, an unforgettable spectacle. The king, a formidable leader, had tears of joy coursing down his cheeks as he held his children. As dawn broke over Umuaka, a tale of love, betrayal, and reunion came to an end. Our saga unfolded in the mighty kingdom of Umuaka, where the powerful king Eyamba, despite his 200 wives, yearned for a son. In the midst of this, the seemingly ugly Adiaha, a woman of two skins, entered his life. Beneath her unattractive exterior, she concealed a beauty that outshone all others, a beauty that the king would only come to recognize after a potion-induced forgetfulness. With the help of a Juju man, Adiaha was remembered by the king, and she bore him a son, the heir he so desperately desired. But the joy was short-lived. The head wife's jealousy brewed a storm of betrayal that saw the king's offspring, both his son and later his daughter, cast away. Yet the Water Juju was watching, saving the children from their father's unjust wrath. The tale took a twist when a wrestling match brought the banished son back to Umuaka. Unaware of his lineage, the king dined with his victorious son, opening the door for the head wife's next sinister plot. But as all riveting tales do, our story too found its way to truth and justice. This story, steeped in the rich culture of eastern Nigeria, offers a wealth of morals. It speaks of the dangers of jealousy and the consequences of hasty decisions. It teaches us that true beauty is more than skin deep, and that love, once kindled, can withstand even the most treacherous storms. The fate of our characters? Well, they found their places in the grand tapestry of Umuaka's history. King Eyamba, Adiaha, their children, and even the head wife, each played their part in shaping the kingdom's destiny. In the end, Umuaka bore witness to a tale that would echo through its history forever. As we bid adieu to the kingdom of Umuaka, we leave with a tale etched in our hearts. A tale of beauty hidden and revealed, betrayal and redemption, of a woman with two skins in a kingdom that learned to see beyond the surface. And so, like the river that flows ceaselessly through Umuaka, our journey through folklore continues. There are countless more tales waiting to be unearthed, countless more characters waiting to share their stories. If you've enjoyed our journey into the heart of Umuaka and found the tale of the woman with two skins as captivating as we did, we encourage you to explore more. There are other videos waiting to whisk you away to distant lands and times, to introduce you to characters as fascinating and complex as Adiaha and Eyamba. And if this tale has stirred something within you, why not express it? Feel free to share your thoughts and reflections. Every comment adds a new layer to our understanding of these tales. Each perspective enriches the narrative. We also invite you to become a part of our community. By liking this video and subscribing to our channel, you're not just supporting us, but also helping to keep the spirit of folklore alive. Your engagement allows us to delve deeper into the vast ocean of stories, to bring you more tales that spark the imagination and touch the heart. And finally, if you believe, like we do, that stories are meant to be shared, then do spread the word. Share this video with friends, family, anyone who might appreciate a good tale. After all, every story becomes a little more magical each time it's shared. Remember, every like, share, and subscription helps us bring more such fascinating tales to you. Until next time, keep the spirit of folklore alive.